Hello. Okay, so we are on this is my third day with the inner child. Today we're going to be talking about our guilt wound, the inner child, the guilt wound. The guilt wound kind of forms in your childhood would be kind of example would be my eye itches is just not feeling accepted, or just feeling guilty for wanting something, and like and being a child, and you want to say your parents are really, they don't want you to do a certain thing, and but that's something you really want to do, and that's something you really love, and they're against it, and so that can form a very strong guilt because it was something that you loved and you wanted, and it was kind of pushed off of you because that feeling they pushed and says, no, that's not a good thing, no, that's not a good thing. And so you learn to um, face some of those things and feel guilty for your enjoyment, feeling guilty for maybe even wanting to. I know, growing up, when in the time I grew up, you know, and I grew up in a small town, so it was not common for, like, you know, black and white people to date each other, and um you kind of felt guilty if you kind of liked someone outside your race. And so, and that's not even just your that could be your parents, or just even all of the rest of your family, because they're not used to you, dating someone outside your race, or even dating someone the same sex as you. um those can bring in strong things, and that should not be something that a parent does to a child. I'm just gonna say that, because it's just a terrible thing, and it puts in a lot of emotion, and holds in a lot of things with the child. So besides that, there's other things that, just feeling guilty of wanting to maybe even do other things, and just wanting to be in doing a certain career, and your parents are like, no, you're going into this, or you know so there's really big things, and there's small things, but there's just guilt that you get, as a child. And so what you do is you build up things like you feel sorry or you feel bad for things. You're like, if you notice the person is always saying, I'm sorry, they're always saying they're sorry for something, and you're like, it's okay, and you don't have to, it's okay. Don't have to feel bad for that. I don't. My youngest, she'll get like that. She'll be like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, no, I don't. It's okay. I want her to know it's okay. I don't want her to have that. I don't want her to carry that with her. I want her to know that it's okay, and to not build that up, and that you're loved and she's accepted. Um, doesn't like to ask things. They like to hold things in because they feel like their choice is kind of like the other day, like they can't trust themselves with making a choice because things that they wanted to do before was not accepted, so they don't feel safe um, asking for things, and they don't ask for things because they don't want to feel like they're making the wrong choice. um, Guilt used as being manipulated. Sometimes people use guilt to manipulate you, and then sometimes if you have that, you also sometimes will use that against people as well, in that case. So it can be used back and forth, kind of type thing. Afraid to set boundaries. uh I think I talked about boundaries the other day, but with setting boundaries, it's kind of, you don't set those boundaries because you can be guilted into anything. So, and setting those boundaries will stop that guilt right in its place. If someone tries to guilt you or manipulate that guilt into you, if you have boundaries set, um, then that won't come through your boundaries. And so it won't affect you. But when you can't, you're afraid to set them, set your boundaries, then it does come through and it shows. And what happens is you normally attract people that make them feel guilty. So, so you have either friends that like, oh, you're not going out tonight with us, oh, and they make you feel guilty, or oh, you're so lame, you don't want to come hang out, making you feel guilty for things. Your parents making you feel guilty, for not coming over and having dinner with them, or not wanting to do vacation with them. And you should not be guilted into things you don't want to do. If you don't want to do them, people need to learn how to accept them and let them go, because it's your life, not theirs. um so so the best thing you can do is first learn how to set those healthy boundaries. Get those healthy boundaries set up so that that guilt can't come through, can't seep through, because you have your boundaries up. Another thing is know that you don't have to save everyone, and that it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty for someone else's failures, and you don't have you can't always save everyone. And that's one thing you're gonna have to learn from yourself. I wrote down here, and make sure choices that you're making are not from guilt, and they're actually from you wanting to, and something that you genuinely want. It's not something I feel like this. I feel guilty, so I'm gonna do this. Don't make that choice because of guilt. And also, don't let guilt keep you from the fear of living your life, of your highest good. Guilt, I can say, has been the last, maybe the last 10 years of my life. Currently, guilt was one of the driving forces that held me back with fear to live for my highest good, for myself. And I learned that, and I had to heal that and start setting boundaries and start saying, no, I'm not going to live in guilt. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm going to live for my highest good and things I want, because this is not being selfish. Of the choices I want. I know I'm not hurting anyone by wanting to be a better person and changing and doing things the way I like and what I want. So set those healthy boundaries, and try to get in play with that guilt. Again, the first day has a set of journal prompts on there that you can use, and also doing the great meditations is perfect too. So again, happy Friday, happy 11/11, and happy Veterans Day as well. So you guys have a great day. Bye.